Hey guys, welcome to Barcelona here. Today we're going to be looking at Xavi Alonso's last game, the Super Copa de España, and we'll see how everything goes pretty much for them. I mean, the game was super exciting, a lot of controversial decision. The refereeing, I would say, was atrocious, and we'll get right into it realistically. I think this shows a lot of what Real Madrid is made of this season and what Barcelona are made of this season. So let's get right into it. This was played in Jeddah in Saudi Arabia, and let's start watching it, right? And then we'll judge like how the players performed today and things like that. I think it was a very exciting game. Again, the refereeing was atrocious. I really don't think the refereeing was up to par in this game. Just many issues I have with the refereeing decisions overall, but let's just move it along. As you guys are well aware, Barcelona does end up winning this game 3-2. Barcelona also was coming off destroying Atletico Bilbao, and Real Madrid did struggle a bit with Atletico Madrid, winning 2-1. The big news pretty much was this man right here. Let's stop it right here. This man was in one of the biggest hot seats I've ever really seen, and he's fired now. He's gone. Totally gone. No longer part of Real Madrid. A lot of people have actually been complaining that he's gone. We'll get into that later. But I'm really surprised that he's gone this early. He really didn't have any chance at Real Madrid, I think. I mean, realistically, he's been at the club, what, 6 months, 7 months? And completely gone when you signed him for 3 years. Like, you pretty much signed him a contract for him to rebuild this team, and then you got rid of him before he even got a chance to do so. And a lot of players have been injured for him, and we can make a lot of excuses for Xavi Alonso, but at the end of the day, this is Real Madrid. Results do matter. He said that this was one of the smallest, the least important competition in Spain, and trophy that really doesn't matter. And I guess it matters to Florentino Perez because you just lost it and you just lost your job. So yes, the news just broke today that Xavi Alonso is no longer the Real Madrid coach, and Arbeloa is going to be the coach going forward. He was the coach for the Real Madrid youth team and or B side two. So we'll see how he performs. I don't really see him performing much better than Xavi Alonso. That's two coaches now that Flick has gotten fired. So let's see if we can make it three. All right, let's keep moving on. And this man, Hansi Flick, he has not lost the final ever, actually. 8 of 8. Just an overall winner. And we would have won the Champions League if we would have made it last season. You cannot convince me otherwise. If Alejandro Balde was healthy, if things would have swung a different way, you cannot change my mind. We would have been celebrating the sixth Champions League. And it looks like this year he's poised to do another deep Champions League run and probably win it. And now if we do that, we're on pace to make the quadruple technically. So we'll see, right? It's because we already won the Spanish Super Cup. The Copa del Rey is still in the early going pretty much, but La Liga we are dominating. We are ahead of Madrid again, and the Champions League we just need to have a couple more group games, and then we'll pretty much get into the knockout stage. So let's continue. Mr. Hansi Flick. Look at these scrubs. Valverde. I respect Valverde. Valverde is probably one of my favorite Real Madrid players. I think he's a good leader for the team, hard nose. I think realistically Vinny came out here with a vendetta. Vinny came out with a huge vendetta. Cholo Simeone was like pretty much telling him like they're gonna throw you away, they're gonna sell you. Watch, Perez is gonna sell you. They're whistling you. They're whistling you because you're not playing well. Remember that. Remember that. And I think Vinny came out here with a big vendetta to try to just I don't know win this game on his own. And realistically, he was the most dangerous player in the game for Real Madrid. Probably the most dangerous player in the game for Real Madrid. But let's continue. The champions, the 10 of Barcelona, Lamine Yamal, a king right here, Rafinha. Let's keep going. Let's keep going, guys. I'm sorry. Sorry, I want to try to not pause as much. I'm sorry. Lewa, is he a bigger legend than Neymar? Comment down below. Like at Barca, at least, is he bigger than Neymar? No, I've seen a lot of conversations about that now. Camavinga, Vinny, blah 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 blah. Let's keep going. Come on, guys. Let's start this game. This guy should not be roughing anymore. I know I said I was gonna stop pausing as much, but yes, this guy should not be roughing that much anymore. Any games. Let's see. So I think in the early going, it was a really like I remember it being like a really like just narrow game. No one was really getting many chances. Um, Barca, as always, was dominating the ball and just pretty much doing whatever they wanted. They we had freedom, but we were not able to make that final pass to any goal scoring opportunities. I think we held the ball well, not much. But here, Vinny does another a breakaway, and it's scary right now. Vinny's like, but it's right to Yao Garcia. Just makes that great save, keeps moving on. 13 minutes in, Real Madrid definitely get the first big chance. I think like everybody was pretty like on edge this game. Obviously, it's a big El Clasico game. It's a big rivalry game. Um, I think here, what I would say about this actually, Fermin did not play well this game. Fermin, love Fermin. I love that fight. I love that dog in him, but he did not play well at all this game. He was non-existent almost. I generally don't remember many plays that he did. The only play I remember was he took a shot right at Courtois to get a corner, and that's literally the only involvement I can remember from that game. And I recently watched it, so we'll see if he does get any more involved, but I'm pretty sure he doesn't. I think that Fermin was just a non-variable. He just didn't do much this game, honestly. Like that's what I would say. Here we're watching the replay of Vinicius. Vinicius does just a terrible shot, I'd say. Like it was just bad. Just didn't really get a good grasp on it and just passes it pretty much to Yao Garcia. Big cross, Eric Garcia just heads it right into the back of a Real Madrid player. Just Camavinga passes it out. This whole time, basically, this whole game, they were just looking for the counter, at least at the beginning, just looking for the counter, trying to get Vinicius out here in space on one-on-one versus Kunde or whoever it really was. I think right there is Rafinha fighting for the ball. I love this about Rafinha. Look at this. Look at where he is and where he's willing to slide and where he's tracking back, basically. Just Rafinha dogging Vinicius, knowing what he's about, and just taking him on. Also, beautiful Barcelona jerseys. I need to get me one of those. Um, just fighting, and that's what we need, and that's what we really like. Right? This is Rafinha. Boom, right to Courtois' body. Courtois, easy save for Courtois. We were generating some chances, I'd say. Like I think we were generating some chances, but nothing was really clear and definitive. Like for example, that's a shot from outside the box. Obviously, it's not the best shot we can definitely take, but it was a shot nevertheless. And it does pay off sometimes, as we'll see later in the game. Lamine Yamal was getting stopped or get him out. Honestly, I think it wasn't his best game. I definitely wouldn't say it was his worst game. But it wasn't his best game. He did have a crazy run, but it is what it is, right? Like sometimes you're gonna have bad games, sometimes you're gonna have good games. This comes Rafinha. Is this the goal? Is this the goal? Yes, it is. Okay. They didn't show this, but like a minute before, literally, Lamine just gave a ball to Rafinha, and Rafinha put that ball over here where that E is. Literally put it wide. And let's go back a little bit, actually. Right here, right? Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. Right here, I was yelling, pass the ball to Lamine. Lamine is wide open. There's like just pass the ball at that point. Like look, like of course he has a defender. Lewa has a defender, but Lamine is wide open, right? That's what I would have done at least, especially like right after missing. But this is what Rafinha does. Rafinha just comes in, takes on his defender, and scores. And that's a lot of confidence, and that's something that Barcelona was lacking, and maybe was lacking prior to having Rafinha. But that's something we have. We have a good leader, someone that's willing to just take on a defender, forget about the pass, forget about like his misses, and make things count when it matters. And it counted right here. Look at this. Let's watch this again. Break. Ooh, goal. Great goal. Bottom corner. There's unsavable for Courtois. Huh? Huh? Ballon d'Or. What are we talking about? This guy should have won the Ballon d'Or. He wasn't in the top 11 of FIFA. Who in the right mind would not say that Rafinha was not one of the best wingers in the world last year. It is insane that he did not make the top 11 um, players or like the FIFA team of the year, basically, right? The the point banger, kiss the badge, always kissing the badge, kissing the badge. Yep, probably Hausen's mistake. Probably Hausen's mistake. Hausen was having really bad game. I think he's young. I think he needs to develop more, but I think he had a really bad game. I think that I just think he's young. I think he's young. He's not given a chance, and this man is just stressing out because his plan was working. Honestly, up until right now, we were having some opportunities and having a lot of possession, but not really creating a lot of chances, a lot of like danger, I would say. But right here, this transition, Rafinha just gets the ball, breaks down Chouameni, and just scores. Easy. Especially for Rafinha. Easy. We've seen that goal many, many times. Look at that. Boom. Easy goal. And then we're 1-0 up. It's great. Let's see it. Let's keep going, guys. He's like, calma, calma. It's okay, right? Keep your head. Calma. And maybe that's what Florentino Perez needed to do. Keep his head. Because I think it was a bad decision to fire him. I think realistically, it was just a poor decision, and we'll talk about it later, actually. Rafinha is one of the world's best. I think, like, I just. This man's a fraud. Belling goal. Belling goal what, bro? He's a fraud. Oh, this is the chance I was talking about for me. That's literally the only time I remember like hearing him and do anything important realistically to this game. And maybe he just wasn't in the game. I don't know why. I think he does really well most of the time. Just this time, he just wasn't there. Honestly, a non-factor. I personally think. I don't know if it was like the spaces, the chances, or if what it was, he just wasn't getting the ball and creating or doing anything realistically. My man Pedri, Yamal takes the same exact shot. In my mind, I was like exact same shot as Fermin trying to get a corner out of it because there's very few times that Courtois or any goalkeeper realistically, but specifically Courtois is going to let something like that happen. Look at that, like that's I just don't think they believe that is ever going in. But here I like, oh my goodness, Vinicius. I remember when this goal happened, I literally stood up and clapped because Vinicius has like was been getting whistled, saying that he's not that good, pretty much saying that he should be sold. And Mbappe is the main guy here, and Mbappe is probably the main guy at Real Madrid. But Real Madrid fans have been hating on Vinicius to an extent that it's just not fair. This guy has given you 2 Champions Leagues, a La Liga, a Copa del Rey, a Super Copa de España. He's actually the leading goal scorer or goal involvement in Real Madrid in less time than Ronaldo, and Benzema. Like this guy, he's not great. I don't think he's as good as Cristiano Ronaldo or Benzema. I just think that he is really good and he's very crucial to your team. So why are you guys so mad at him? And if you are, like, why aren't you whistling Jude? Why aren't you whistling Rodrigo? Why aren't you whistling Mbappe? Why just Vinicius? Like that's my point. And I'm becoming a Vinicius apologist almost at this point, even though I really don't like the guy. I really don't like the guy. Right. And he's not like in this one it's nothing crazy. I think he celebrates, he kisses the badge, moves on, blah blah blah. Carreras did a good job. I think there's nothing Johan Garcia can really do there. Let's keep on going. Let's keep going. I want to rewatch that goal again. Like, let's calma. Kissing the badge, cheering the fans on. Let's just Vinicius being Vinicius, basically. But I think he has his head, right? And then Jude just being grateful. Because if without him, without Vinicius, this would have not been a game realistically. all right. Go chill, Real Madrid fans. You guys are gonna lose. Like we all knew we were gonna lose. But I remember where? I remember here, here. I was like, you need to foul him, Kunde. I knew at this moment. I was like, you need to foul him, Kunde, because if you don't foul him, he's literally gonna go score. And right here, Vinicius does a great job, feigning inside a little bit, and then just getting in a foot race with Kunde and seeing who's gonna be faster. And Vinicius wins that. Vinicius wins that easily. Two guys on Vinicius right here. Also take him down, foul him. Gets cooked. Nutmeg cooked. And Kubarsi does something, tries to get in his way. Vinicius has a really nice open lane here. And boom, goal. Good goal, Vinicius. I literally had to stand up and clap because that is one of the best goals I've seen Vinicius score. And Vinicius hasn't scored. This was the 20th game Vinicius hasn't scored in the last 19 games. So look at that. It's just like Kune got done dirty, and Vinicius was able to just fake out Kubarsi and get a goal in. I also think like that John Garcia, it's not his fault. I actually think the goalies today or yesterday were really great. I think both both the goalies were really great. I just don't think it was their fault. I think it was defensive lapses, problems in defense for both teams. The goals, but that goal also happened in like the 40. Let's go back really quickly. In the what time? 46:50, right? Like let's say that, right? Let's say a minute extra, like you got to add because it was additional time, a minute extra. So let's say we're going to go to the 49th minute, right? But, right? So I'm like, okay, fair. 49th minute, roughly around there. That's what I think, at least, that's what's going to happen. No, that has not happened. Spoiler. Let's keep going. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Let's go back. Oh, no. Too far. Lewa scores. By the way, guys, too far. Let's see. It's pretty much back to back. That's the thing, because the game literally starts over. Jesus, this is like really techie here. But Pedri does a great pass here to Lewandowski. Lewandowski takes a little bit of a strong touch and just chips it over Courtois. And look at that. And that's because the defenders split. The defenders literally split right in. It was incredible how like terrible they defended this. It's two center backs quit, and they're like, and Courtois just complaining there. Fair enough. Big Lewa. Big Lewa. Big Lewa. Lewa, I don't know if we should give him another contract. I'm not really the biggest fan of Lewa. I wasn't when we signed him. But, you know, he scores. He scored in all the Super Copa finals, and he's a really great player, historic player. And this is definitely on Housen and Tchouaméni. Like, right here. This is the problem. Look at this time. Guys. Make sure of this time. 48:55. I generally think we shouldn't have gotten any more time. I think Real Madrid should have won the ball, whistle, halftime, right? That's what I think should have happened at least. Because, like, maybe let's add a minute, right? Let's add to the 50th. Okay, to the 50th. Maybe. I generally don't think so, but maybe, right? Because, like, they're complaining that we scored after the time, which was like 48:23-ish, around that time. Which is 20 seconds after the allotted time. Right? He's like, oh, you're gonna get the last. Like, I don't know what they're talking about. So like right here, I'm like thinking, oh, we're going into like the half, 2-1. It's gonna be great goal, great finish. Honestly, great finish to chip it over the keeper right there. Look at that pass, and just great finish. Let's see. Do they show it again or no? They do. Awesome, great pass. Why is there no defender there? Real Madrid, question your team, question your guys'. Let's keep going. Let me see one more time. Oh, no, it just shows the finish. It doesn't show the build-up at all. Celebrating. Let me see if they show it right here. Let's go back a little bit there. Let me see if I can show you guys when they split. Okay, right? Let's look at these two defenders, right? That's Housen right there, and that's Tchouaméni. right? Hausen, this is Hausen's responsibility right now because Hausen is able to look forward, look that I was there. Moves away for some reason. Moves away and leaves him wide open. Wide open. Chouameni doesn't know he's there, or he should, but he's not covering the space properly. And Hausen's just literally lost in an island right there. Super onside, and just gets the ball. A little bit of a strong touch, not the best touch in the world, but was able to chip the keeper. There's no way he's able to do any other shot than that. So yeah, great goal, Lewa. Um, he's finishing with over 100 goals in FC Barcelona after like coming in when people would say like he was ready for Saudi League, and I've said that he was ready for the Saudi League last year. So thank you, Lewa, for sticking with us. Thank you so much. He's accepting his role. He's not complaining about not being always starting. There sometimes Flick does choose Ferran over him for the flexibility he chooses. But yeah, I celebrated this goal like crazy. I was like, go! It was crazy. It was madness in my house. And let's keep going, and let's see these frauds. Okay, they did not show the action before, but there was an action pretty much. They take the ball up. Look at the time, guys. So we're really overtime now, 50th, and this ball goes out to a corner. And I thought the ref was going to blow the whistle then, but they give him this chance because they're continue play, I guess. Terrible pass. Rafinha does everything to not let that ball go in, and Gonzalo Ramos just a good finish, I guess. I don't know, just falling, kicks the ball in. Good job for the kid. But yeah, like now it's going into half 2-2. It's a completely different game, and I know in the second half, basically, there's going to be carnage. That's what I genuinely thought. I was like, it's a match. It's a like it's like it's a match. It's gonna be something interesting. It's gonna be very very like tense. It's just a powder keg basically. Right, like I think nothing much realistically. Like everything's all right. I can't really complain about anything there. Right, good job, Rafinha here. Look at this. Like Rafinha doing everything for the team. Everything for the team. Guarding that post, making sure it doesn't go in. It might have gone in if Rafinha didn't head that to the post. And then Gonzalo Ramos gets that kick in. Ooh. Frankie also tries to jump, tries to do everything, but it just goes in. Right. I did hear that Pedri might have gotten elbowed in this play. We don't get to see it here. But this man celebrating like he should be celebrating. Yeah, there you go. Celebrate like you won the league. Celebrate like you did something, man. Because you have very little to celebrate as a Real Madrid coach. So we skip forward actually to the 71st minute. Let's see what happens here. Yamal takes the ball. Yamal cooks one and passes it out. He honestly, Carlos did a really good job. Like he did a really good job holding off Yamal. I think De Jong. This was one of honestly De Jong's best games. I'd say this was honestly one of De Jong's best games. I think De Jong, in my opinion, was actually much better than Pedri this game. Which doesn't really happen often, but it did happen. I think De Jong. It was his best game this season actually. Let's keep going. Let's see this. Courtois. I think like these things right here help a lot. I think like Yao Cancelo will help a lot in these positions because Koundé's the person that's coming up, right? So this is Ferran, obviously, but like in the prior action, Koundé's the person that is coming up and doing those crosses. And I think even though this was a great cross, I think this was something that like we could maybe have Yao Cancelo do a lot more now that we're signing him, right? I think this is a great spot for Yao Cancelo. That is a great spot for Yao Cancelo, and he will be able to pass in the ball to the danger zones. There's Olmo, Yamal's there, Ferran. When Cancelo has Lewandowski, maybe he aims for his head, but obviously Lewandowski was substituted in the 66th, I believe, for Ferran. And then we switch Firmino for Olmo. So right here, great save. Great save by Courtois. Like, just Yamin is just coming in, and boom, Courtois just does a reaction save. It is straight at him, but still, what a great save. I genuinely thought that was going to be a goal, like with the speed that ball was traveling at and everything. And here's the goal. Sometimes you just got to shoot. That's literally what Rafinha is like showing us. Sometimes you just got to shoot, guys. So, like, if you guys, are thinking about something, do it. Shoot. Shoot your shot, because you never know what's going to happen. This takes a bounce off Asensio. I really don't like Asensio, but that he played a solid game. I just don't like him. I don't know what it is about him. Many things, but I really don't like Asensio. But I'm celebrating really hard here. I was yelling. I was surprised that this went in. I was like, because it comes off a deflection. Courtois dives the wrong, like, not necessarily the wrong way, but it's just, doesn't have time to get back up because he's anticipating the ball to go much further. It just chips up basically and just goes back into the back of the net. I think that realistically, Real Madrid lost this game. Obviously here, but like I think Real Madrid really lost this game when they took Vinicius out. It doesn't show. I don't think where Vinicius was taken out. Vinicius, I think, was taken out in like the 70th minute, around there, and he was the guy that was creating problems for Barcelona the whole night. Like, they were just launching the ball up and hoping that he wins Koundé's back and score. And I think like that was, I guess, Madrid's main strategy. And honestly, it was being effective. Like, Vinicius was creating a lot of danger, especially with Rodrigo. I think they were going back to their 2014 form, doing a lot of walls, just passing it back and forth between them, and actually creating chances. And I think that's what was the downfall of Madrid, getting Vinicius to come out. I did hear reports that maybe Vinicius did ask for a change. I didn't really remember seeing it. I know Valverde did ask for a change. I don't know if he was tired or an injury, but he did ask for a change. Goulart came in, really didn't do much for the team. But yes, Jude was non-existent this game. I'll say that. Jude was non-existent in this game. Good goal, celebrating the Ballon d'Or, a double in the Copa final, does win best player of the Super Copa de España, as he should. He scored 2 against Bilbao and then scored 2 against Real Madrid. Mbappe before coming in, Mbappe comes in, flies into Saudi Arabia, gets 8 touches, doesn't do anything. Honestly, like, I don't know. I really, Mbappe's just, he's not doing himself any favors, I'd say, like, in anybody's like eyes, especially like anytime recently. Like, I was nervous with Mbappe coming in. Don't get me wrong, I was, especially like because I know he's a very big, great player, game changer, and I was nervous. I was nervous for sure, but I just didn't. I don't know. I was nervous. I was nervous. Right. So they're taking the hydration break because out in Saudi it's like very, very hot. They did one in the 30th minute as well. And this is their second hydration break. Let's keep going, guys. This is when Gonzalo Ramos comes out because of Mbappe. And I want to say that Vinicius is coming out now, too. No, Hausen is coming out. Hausen comes out for Alaba. Alaba, I mean, didn't do a bad job. I just don't really remember anything notorious that he really did. I think maybe if Alaba was healthy, I think Alaba should have started, personally. Oh, this is a red card. Controversial red card, somewhat. Um, Mbappe goes against Yamin. Yamin's trying to like dribble past Mbappe. Mbappe takes it away from him, and then De Jong does a strong foul, I'd say. At the time, I was like, this is crazy. This is not a red card. At the time, right? Like, at that perspective. And I'm like, automatic red? You're insane, right? Madrid. Look at the time, like, the game. This referee has lots of questionable decisions. We didn't see the one where Marco Asensio like kicks Pedri and really could have been a red card, doesn't even card him, or when Yamin gets stepped on and it's no card as well. This is not like showing us a lot of the fouls and recaps, but yeah. And then De Jong tries to talk to him and he's like, "This is not a red card. I'm gonna talk about it. We're gonna go see it at the VAR. You just cannot come in like that. It's not my decision." Blah 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 blah. I think the refereeing was terrible. Is this a red card? It's iffy. It's definitely problematic for sure, but is it a red card? I'm not 100% sure. Let's keep going. Let me see. Let's see it. I'm hoping they do show the replay. Yes, they do. Right? Okay, this is like Yamin taking on Mbappe. Mbappe does beat him out. Right? Yamin's tired. Realistically, Mbappe's fresh, and that right there. Right? Let's go back a tiny bit, and let's slow it down. Let's slow it down here, guys. Let's go to 0.25. Let's go. Okay, keep going, keep going. Let's see. I know our boy gets washed there. It's fine. We're winning the game. It doesn't really matter. He's trying to take someone on. Let's see. De Jong slide tackles, right? And realistically, I think he wins this ball. I think he's becoming over aggressive here in this tackle. But yes, we do. He does hit the ball first, but then just like he would have won the ball. He just kicks him, and I understand why that's a red card. I get it. I don't think this is a terrible decision in the referee, but I also don't think it's a great decision. I think that a lot of this game was just refereed terribly. I wouldn't say this is the worst decision in the game, but look at that, because he does go really high. It is on his shin. It could have injured him. I understand why it's a red card. De Jong does tend to get really aggressive at the end of games, but yes. And then basically that's it. There is 2 chances that Real Madrid have at the end of the game. Both to Yago Garcia. Yago Garcia makes those saves. Easy money. Now let's talk about Xabi Alonso. Let's talk about Xabi Alonso for a minute. Let me see. All right, guys. I actually found a very important clip that I wanted to show you guys. This is after the this is right before the Barcelona celebrations. Barcelona did the little tunnel for them to go get their second place medals, as they always do, because they're second best. And here Xabi Alonso's okay, let's form a tunnel, basically. Let's form a tunnel for them, because that's what you're supposed to do for the champions, blah blah blah. Here Mbappe takes over, and he's I'm not gonna do that for him. Pretty much fuck that guy, fuck them. And has the team not do it. And I think this is when he lost the dressing room. This is when he lost respect, and this is the reason he got fired. I generally think he's getting fired because of Mbappe. And it's terrible, because no player should be bigger than the club. No player. I don't care who you are, realistically. No player is bigger than the club, and especially at the Real Madrid level. So now you're giving an Mbappe, someone that's actually never won anything significant other than the World Cup, which he didn't win alone, obviously, but nothing club-wise that much power. I don't know what's been going on. I think Florentino Perez should be reconsidered as the president of Real Madrid. I know that's crazy to say, especially because of his tenure, how long he's been doing it, how great he's done it for. But that's what a lot of people are calling, at least on the Real Madrid Reddit that I was going over. A lot of people are saying that Florentino Perez is washed. He is old. He should go into retirement, and they should elect a new Real Madrid president, because they are losing confidence in what Florentino Perez can do. So that's the question I'll leave you guys with. Do you think Florentino Perez should be up for election, and should Real Madrid look for another president? Is that what they should be doing? But yeah, that's all I have for you guys for today. Thank you so much for watching this recap with me. Barca out.